Good day everyone, I'm Shane Malaca, MPRM student from EBSU. This pre-recorded presentation is about technology impact assessment, its principles, concept, and case study. First, let us define what is the meaning of or definition of technology, just for a broader understanding. What comes to our mind when we hear the word technology? So, technology simply means combination of methods, skills, or knowledge and scientific inventions such as machine and the developed devices in which it can help us to give a good services, and it also makes the human daily lives more easier, faster, and comfortable. However, it can also give us a harmful effects to our environment in which resulted to global climate change and lessen our natural resources. So let's define benefits and detriments of technology. Benefits is the positive outcomes from people, community, or environment gets from the use of technology, while detriments is the negative outcome that people, community, or environment have incurred, whether it is harmful or gives a damage effect. Also, it is the cost, obligation, and risk which arises during the use of technology. So, what is the meaning of impact assessment? Impact assessment is a technique or strategy that could identify a possible consequences that is relevant to the concern of society, that whether it produces a negative impact to the society or community in support to the decision making on how to deploy initiative, and also the conditions embedded in which it can protect the society or community concerns. So there are 6 areas of impact assessment. So it is information technology, biomedical technology, climate and environment, AI robotics, materials, energy, urban and rural planning. So let's define each areas for impact assessment. First, we have information technology. It is a software application or computer materials that used for the study, development of designs, implementations, and support mechanism computer use as base for information system. Second, biomedical technology is the usage of engineering and technology principles to the area of biological system with an assertiveness to human health and diseases. It also involves biomedical science, biomedical informatics, biomedical research, biomedical engineering, bioengineering, and biotechnology. Third, we have climate and environment. Climate is a weather condition of the atmospheric particular location for a long period of time with a minimum of 30 years, a long term of summation of atmospheric variation. While environment, it is a surroundings in which all living organisms and creatives live, such as humans, animals, or plants. Then AI and robotics. AI, or artificial intelligence, is a division of computer science in which it involves the enhancement of computer programs to complete the tasks that will require human intelligence, while robotics is a division of technology that deals with the physical appearance of robot. It is a programmable invented machines that usually conduct a series of action semi or autonomously. We have materials and energy. It is devoted in making research and biotech more simpler, faster, and safer. It is an accounting table that delivers information on the materials input into economy produced by the natural environment, its transformation and usage input in economic processes, and its return to the natural environment as a waste or residual. Then last, we have urban and rural planning. Urban planning is a technical and political procedure concerned with development and use of land, planning permission, protection and use of the environment, and public welfare and design of urban environment. While rural planning, it is an enhancement process for improving the quality of life and the economic well-being people who are living in rural places or some isolated populated area. Then we have the principles of technology impact assessment. First, it gives a beneficial effects or harm, damage to human lives and to the environment. Second, it will clearly stated the benefits that improved technologies it could give. Third, social and environmental impact will always be the basis for assessing technologies. Fourth, before technology could give a harmful effect or any side effect, it should be assessed before it is produced or deployed. Fifth, public opinion are very important to be included in the process of assessing a technology. Sixth, argue about the technology features that what are the positive or negative that can be resolved using some combination of simulated models, impact analysis, and pilot projects. Seventh, every harmful or damage of technology for which identified should be evaluated or redesigned to avoid such harmful or damage again. Eighth, for every technology created or invented should be recorded in written or modularized so that when some damage are seen, it could be easily to be redesigned or replace a model or a unit. Ninth, damage which arises during when patterns are being used in creating or designing a technology, it needs to be amended for redesigning and replace some components. Then the concept of technology impact assessment is that technology deals with the use of knowledge, methods, skills, materials, crafts, and how can it affect a species' ability to have control and to adapt the environment. It is the result of human mental, physical, effort, and environmental system in which it included a concept such as the structures, materials being used, fabrication, a mechanism, power energy, control, system, and functions. Then we have three important processes in doing an impact analysis or impact assessment. It is stakeholder analysis, environmental impact assessment, and social impact assessment. So let's define these three processes in doing impact analysis or impact assessment. First, stakeholder analysis is the process of identifying people before a project begins. Its task is to group people according to their level on how they participate, their influence, and their interest in the project, and to identify what are the best way to be involved and communicate each of the stakeholder groups. So under stakeholder analysis, there are four types. We have the primary stakeholder, secondary stakeholder, tertiary stakeholder, and key stakeholder. So, what is primary stakeholder? It is those ultimately most affected, either positive or negative by an organization's action. Secondary stakeholder is a person or organization who are indirectly affected by an organization's action. Tertiary stakeholder are those who will be impacted the least. Then other types of stakeholder is the key stakeholder, those with significant influence upon or importance within an organization, can also belong to the other groups. Then second important processes of impact analysis is the environmental impact analysis, or that's what in short term EIA. It is a process of guesstimating the environmental impacts of a project that must be taken into account that are interrelated into socioeconomic, cultural, and human health that can be both beneficial or adverse. It is also a methodical exam of the unintended consequences of a program or a project, in which it could help us to reduce or lower the negative impact and level up the positive ones. Then the third one, or one of the important process of impact analysis or impact assessment, is the social impact assessment. It is a kind of research, planning, and the management for social change and consequences such as the positive or negative, intended or unintended, that comes from policies, plans, and development of a project. It is also reviewing the social effects of an infrastructure and developing interventions. So a case study for this technological impact assessment is written by Santiago Meja Dugan of Linkoping University Institute of Technology, Environmental Technology and Management, Department of Management and Engineering, Linkoping University, Sweden. So the title of this case study is Diffusion of Environmental Technology in a Megacity, a case study of Mexico City. So it is actually just an overview of this case study. So the purpose of this thesis is to study and analyze megacities as platforms for the diffusion on environment technologies. There are different methods that are being used in developing this study. Such of these methods includes the selection of the case study, some literatures, identification of the stakeholders, and field trips, which include numerous interviews. This case study aims to do a research to a place where there are millions of inhabitants, or that are being called a megacity. This city, most human activities are concentrated: economic, technological, academic, industrial, political, military, and many more. These cities are relied on technologies for the solution to many of their problems: aqueducts, sewage, security, and defense system. In fact, technology is one of the city's most attractive and self-evident components. But on the other hand, many environmental problems have been related to the use of technologies. An example for this are cities are responsible for 70% of the global carbon dioxide emission, which is to large extent an effect of their energy and transportation sector. In relation, despite the recent attention that cities have gained regarding to the common sustainability issue that had been created a lot of opportunities for innovative solution, adaptation of technologies, and transferring of migration to a greener economy. But some other countries have solved environmental issues because of their historical, economic, or social reasons. They realized that cities could also offer a great opportunities in contributing to globally sustainable and for supporting to the growth of economy with the help of environmental technology. So science gives an accurate description and explanation to a problem that occur. Technology also gives a specific solution. But problem solving is not only about the availability of technology, but also the way how it understood, being used, and applied in a particular problem. So that's all for this topic. Thank you and hope that you will have a nice day ahead.